So greetings once again from Pennsylvania, and today we're in Tuscarora State Forest, kind of in south central PA. And it's also September. Farewell to August and to summer. You know, I started teaching last week too, but anyway, I was up in another part of Tuscarora this morning putting some scent lures up, some of my trail cams that I have out for my Mountain Lion in Pennsylvania series. But since we're out here in Tuscarora State Forest, we're going to visit some other spots today as well. It's an absolutely beautiful day here in the 70s. Just amazing. Again, some of those fall-like temperatures already. But anyway, we're at what's called the Hemlocks Natural Area, and this will be part of our Pennsylvania's Natural Area series. Let me show you around. So this is appropriately Hemlock Road. If you continue all the way down, that's the way I came. It takes you to a Big Spring State Park, which is like a little picnic area. There's a pull-off right here, but the main area for the parking for the Hemlocks Natural Area is down that way, but I decided to come up a little bit further. And there's a gorge down here, and that's the Hemlocks Natural Area. You can see there are still some hemlocks I see, but right there's a dead snag of one. We'll talk about why there's so many dead ones here in a little bit, but I see another one back there, but there's some living ones yet. But yes, we're going to be hiking down in the gorge. I got a little loop down there. In fact, the one trail head I saw is right there, the Hemlocks Trail. If you park at the further parking lot, the bigger one, you have a longer trail to hike up to where the Hemlock Trail itself is. So I decided to come up here a little bit more. I did hike the whole thing years ago. I parked down further and hiked up. I think it's called the Patterson Trail, and then another trail brings you up to this little loop that you can make down here. But I decided today just to kind of park up here right where the loop is. All right, let's get packed up. Let's get down in there. It's a beautiful day. Let's get filming. You just a little bit down the roads is the trail. There still are some hemlocks down in there. These are some old growth hemlocks that are growing. It's like a grove. There's like a deep gorge here. There's some large old growth hemlocks. That's what's called Hemlocks Natural Area. Remember, these natural areas are set aside for, you know, unique geographic, ecological, or, you know, for reasons like that. And this one happens to be for the old growth forest. And it's a beautiful area down there. Yeah, they got some little steps leading down here. Yep, the Hemlock Trail. So down we go into this little gorge. There's a stream down here too. This is a beautiful spot on a beautiful day. And right here is one of the fallen giants. Some of you may know why, because earlier I pointed out those dead ones. Familiar with the history of the hemlock tree here, more recent history. The woolly Adelgid beetle has been killing a lot of our hemlocks, and unfortunately it's, you know, getting to beautiful areas like this, attacking these old growth hemlocks. So here's a big fella right here. Looks like he's still okay, alive. Oh, here's another big fella. Beautiful area down here. You can probably hear the water. Yeah, but as I was just walking along, I looked over here. Like right here's a dead one, and just down below is another dead one. All the bark is off, just a dead snag. Down here's another dead one. So even though it's a beautiful area, there is some tragedy here. And if you had time and wanted to, you could count, you know, all the rings here. This tree is probably several hundred years old. The rings get really, really close together here. We're not going to count those today though, but anyway. Many of these old growth hemlock trees are like 300 years old. Not all of them, but Alright, so we can continue on the Hemlock Trail up that way. We can cross over and do the rim trail. The trail we were on just takes you up to the road. That's all it's for. So I think we'll stay on this Hemlock Trail this way, and then the plan is to loop around and come back on the rim trail. We gotta check this out first. Alright, so off we go officially onto the Hemlock Trail. We get to have that beautiful sound of the stream just follow us along through here. Here you can see all the fallen giants. I think this is what we'll call this place, the land of the fallen giants. It does allow homes for fungus to grow and things like that. Here's the dead snag of one. Up ahead there's one that's still alive, I think. And here's another one. If you had the time, you could spend some time here counting all the rings. See how old this fellow was. Yeah, this one still has life in it. Cool. He's a big fellow too. Just love hearing the sound of that stream, those little cascades. Got the sun sparkling through there. So walking through this dark shaded hemlock forest. All the moss and the ferns. It's a beautiful place. Even despite, some of the tragedy here. Here's another fallen giant. It's a natural area, so it'll be preserved. In time, some younger hemlocks may grow up and take their place. Back up on the hillside there's some younger ones. A lot of times the woolly Adelgid beetle affects the older ones the most. The oldest trees. I was just trying to think back to the last time I was here, because it feels different than then, and now I remember why, because I remember there being snow on the ground when I was here last time. Not a lot, but I think it was April. Maybe early April. There's probably no snow at home, but when I came up here, and it wasn't like covered everywhere, but just in some of these like darker shaded areas where the hemlocks are shaded and everything, there's still snow on the ground. It was a warmer day, but that's coming back to me, yeah. That's why it feels a little bit different than when I was here last time. And also we have other fallen giants. Here's a large birch tree with a whole family of, check it out, I got a whole family of mushrooms living up here. Looks like they're newly coming out. Wow, beautiful. In the forests here, death also brings forth new life. And that tree died, but now there's mushrooms, that fungus is finding life on that dead log. That's the cycle, that's the way it works here in the forest. You've just seen all the dead and fallen hemlocks. There's definitely more here than last time that I was here that are dead and fallen down. I just remember seeing more that were alive. I'm not sure what year that was. Probably prior to 2020 was the last time I was here, so. But yeah. See, here's a more recent one that's not been dead a terribly long time. I mean, it's lost all its bark already, but that's what happens to them when they die. But it's not fallen down yet. Even up in there, I'm seeing another one that's in the process of losing its bark. So, yeah. Still a beautiful area. Realm of the fallen giants. If this was a Lord of the Rings movie, we'd be in a Fanghorn forest, I think, where Treebeard lives, the Ent. Kind of sad story about the Ents. They lost the Entwives. That's a whole story in and of itself. And they're slowly fading and dying, the Ents. Kind of reminds me of these hemlocks. Yeah, check out this big boy. Here's one who hasn't succumbed yet to the woolly Adelgid beetle. Still looks strong. Got a nice little bench area there. I might take a break right next to the stream. There's a signage up here. Our Hemlock Trail continues. And there's our parking area up there. There's a sign right there. And then you can also go up here to the Hemlock Road. But I'm gonna take a little break here, I think. A little snack or something. Then we'll continue on the Hemlock Trail. At some point we should go up that way. The rim trail's up there. Take us back. Yes, this is a beautiful spot, but we're going to continue on. So that there's a trail that goes up to the road. We could go back that way, but like I said, we're going back on the rim trail. But I think that is just, I just looked at the map. I have my bag. I think the rim trail pick up. Anyway, I think it should just be up here. We'll see. Might hang out for just a little bit longer though. All right, farewell. Little bench area. Nice little spot where, yeah, back there is our bench. There's a trail that goes up to the road from here. It's a pretty faint trail, but anyway, we're gonna keep on this way. And like I said, I think we soon head up that way. Start making our way back to the top of the gorge. And I do believe I see a bridge up here. So we'll be crossing the creek. Yeah, so pretty sure that'll take you back up to the road. And from here you could take the Hemlock Road back to where you parked or where I parked, but like I said, we're gonna head this way. Pretty sure this is the rim trail now. They'll take us to the top of that gorge, then back to that other bridge where we started. At least that's the plan. And there's a sign for the Hemlock Trail back where we came from. Yeah, rim trail. So the rim trail does continue on that way too, but we're going to take it this way. I just want to point out all these these are all little baby hemlock trees right here. We talked about that earlier, how the little babies, you know, there's a little bit of sunlight here, probably from, you know, some of these are still alive. There's a hemlock right there. It might be dying though, but looks like there's a dead, well anyway. But these, oh, there's a dead one. I can see a dead one through the trees there. Yeah, right up there you can see a dead one. So that brings light to the forest floor so that the baby hemlocks can now take the place of the giants. It'll take a while, but they're here. Lots of babies. Saplings, I guess you'd call them. They're not babies, but you know what I mean. And they are working on ways to deal with the woolly Adelgid beetle. I guess kind of like, you call it like a cure, or a way to prevent it from killing all the hemlock trees. The hemlock tree is the Pennsylvania state tree, so it's kind of a shame. But who knows? By then, maybe by the time those younger trees start maturing and whatnot, maybe a cure will come along and they'll be able to grow to be as big as their fellows around here that are dying. But there are more living giants up here. Like right here's a big guy. If you can look up, he still has a green, evergreen crown. He hasn't died yet. Up there's another fella, big old fella. So they're still out here. Not all of them have succumbed. Love big trees. Keep growing, buddy. Yeah, there's another decent one. Look at that one. Still has a good, strong crown of needles. Right here you can see the snag of a giant that collapsed. Didn't make it. That was a big boy right there. You can see his laying down there. Right. We got our first creepy crawler of the day. There's the American giant millipede. I guess he's doing okay. Anyway. Hey there, buddy. Oh yeah, he's moving. He's like, who just touched me? Alright, we'll let him go about his business. Whatever that may be. You know, this upper rim trail is growing on me. We don't have that stream anymore that we're walking along, but there's a lot more of these living hemlock trees, these living giants. Like there's another one. Several more up front here, ahead of us. Seems the ones up further from the stream are the ones that are doing better. but this area is appropriately named the Hemlocks Natural Area. You know, all these big trees you see are these big, giant hemlocks. Yes, I was just noticing that the trail is bringing us further and further down back towards the creek and away from the actual rim. And there's indeed a sign up here. To Hemlock Trail, it says. The rim trail continues on that way. I think it hooks up with that, I forget the name of it, the Patterson Trail or something. Like I said, if you would keep going that way, you would hook up with the other parking lot. The main parking lot. That's maybe like 2 miles that way. So this will take us back down to the Hemlock Trail. It's that little bridge. And the Hemlock Road is right up there, so we're parked right up there somewhere. Oh yeah, I see the bridge up ahead. Alright, so here we are again. This is the way I came down from where I parked, and then we headed up that way along the Hemlock Trail, and we just came from this way. Alright, I'm turning all around circles here. Let's head back up. So that is a beautiful loop hike to do. And I know this, we've talked about this topic before in the past about having trails through natural areas. There's been several natural areas that we've been to haven't had no trails. And some of you know, we're questioning that, you know, like maybe there shouldn't be trails, but I think there should be. Like, the trail through here is beautiful. It allows you to explore this beautiful area, keeps you on trail. Like, I don't know, it's just, you know, I think there should be trails here in these natural areas. Like, it's just made for a beautiful, relaxing hike through this natural area of a trail. So I think not all natural areas should have trails like this, but that's just my opinion. I don't think it hurts the area at all. But if you're looking for a beautiful, I wouldn't say an easy hike. There's a lot of rocks in places. Here's not so bad. Obviously a lot of down trees. Most of them have been cut through for the trail, but there's still some that haven't. But it's not too long. It's a beautiful trail. If you're coming to Tuscarora State Forest, come to the Hemlocks Natural Area. A lot of dead hemlocks, but a lot of living ones yet too. But that'll be it for this hike then. Back up along the road, see the Jeep right up there. Like I said, definitely a place worth coming to. You may have read that, like I said, a lot of hemlocks have died in this area, and that's true, but there's still a lot there alive, and it's just a beautiful place. It still is a beautiful place. Alright, but I'm headed to some other areas here in Tuscarora State Forest, and hopefully I'll see you there. Thanks for coming along.